Hello friends, welcome to the another lecture of amplitude modulation. In this video, we will going to solve some numerical questions based on the parameters of amplitude modulation, and after that we will discuss how to generate amplitude modulation and demodulation of amplitude modulation. Fine. So this is the first question in which it was asked in Engineering Service Examination 2014. In this question, what will be the total modulation index of a wave is amplitude modulated by 3 sine wave with a modulation index of 25%, 50% and 75%. In this question, 3 modulation index is given, right? In my previous video, I discussed about the total modulation index formula, which is given by mu n square plus mu t square and so on. If more than one modulation index is given, then we use this formula to calculate the total modulation index. Right? 25% is 25 by 100, 0.25. 0.25 square plus 0.50 square plus 0.75 square under root. After solve this expression, you will get the result 0.93. which is the answer of this question. This is simple formula based question. You remember this formula and put this value into this and you will find the answer. Fine. So move on to the second question. This question was asked in GATE 2017 for 2 marks and it was a numerical based question. What is this question? The unmodulated carrier power in an AM transmitter is 5 kilowatt. Means PC is given. PC is 5 kilowatt. The carrier is modulated by the modulating signal and the maximum percentage of modulation index is 50%. Means mu max. What is that? 50%. Mu is given 50%. If it is reduced to 40%, okay, PC is given, mu is given, and after that the modulation index reduced to 40%, then the maximum unmodulated carrier power in kilowatt that can be used without overloading the transmitter is. When mu is reduced to 40%, then our PC is what? That is the question. Okay. With the help of this two expression, PC and mu max, we can find PT. Why? Because PT is PC 1 plus mu square by 2. And if we know our transmitted power, then for the next value of mu, we can easily find the value of carrier power. Right? PC is what? 5 kilowatt. 1 plus 0.50 whole square by 2. After solve this equation, you can find PT is 5.62 kilowatt approx. Okay. Now you get the value of PT, and in this question the mu is further reduced to 40%, then the new carrier power is in kilowatt. You have to find out. Then you use this formula once again. PT is PC 1 plus mu square by 2. PT is 5.62 into PC 1 plus 0.40 square by 2. And after solve this equation, you will find 5.02 approx. Fine. Kilowatt. So use this formula 2 times. In first time you have to find PT, and in second time you put the value of mu is 40% and find the value of PC. one correction is there. 5.02 is not 5.20 kilowatt. Fine. So that so much easy this question is, and ask for 2 marks gate. So very one formula used 2 times and you will get 2 marks, which is very large in gate examination. Move on to the next question. This question was asked in GATE 2016 for 1 marks, and it is also a numerical based question. The numerical based question is trending nowadays. Most of the question is numerical based question also is there. Fine. In this question, the amplitude of a sinusoidal carrier is modulated by a single sinusoid. To obtain the amplitude modulation signal ST is given, and the value of the modulation index is what? In this question, the expression of ST is given and you have to find out the modulation index. Okay. The general expression of AM is AC1 plus KAMT cos 2 pi FCT. You said that the general expression of amplitude modulation is this, then how can I calculate the modulation index? So, friend, do not use this expression in this question. We use single tone modulation AM equation, because that is much easy to compare this equation. It is a single tone AM modulation is there. Oh, fine. So some brain you have to use. S of AMT. What is the equation of single AM tone modulation? AC cos 2 pi FCT plus AC mu by 2 cos FC plus FMT plus AC mu by 2 cos FC minus FMT. Compare this equation with this, then you will easily find out the value of mu. Okay. AC mu by 2, AC mu by 2 means amplitude is same. Find out in which 2 expression the amplitude is same. This 5 and this is 5. Fine. Then our AC mu by 2 equals to 5. How? Because we compare this equation with this equation. Fine. So AC mu is 10 and mu is 10 by AC. Now you have to find out the value of AC. Okay. AC cos 2 pi FCT, AC cos 2 pi FCT. AC is what? 20. Then you will easily put the value to find the mu. Mu is 10 by 20 and it is 0.5. The trick in this question is you have to remember the expression of single tone amplitude modulation. If you have remember this expression, then you will easily get the value. And this question was for 1 marks. Fine. So you can see that some tricks is there and some formula based question is also there. So you have to practice lots of question. And if you have further any doubt, then you can text me. Okay, now we'll move to the generation of AM. How the AM is generated and what are the method to generate of generation of AM. We'll see one by one. Generation of AM. There are 2 methods to generate the AM signal. The first is square law modulator and the second one is switching modulator. Square law modulator and the second is switching modulator. till now, not a single question is asked based on switching modulator. It is not widely used, and the most important method to generate the AM modulator is square law modulator. This is very important. And all the question based on the generation of amplitude modulation is based on the square law modulator only, right? So we'll discuss this method in detail. Square law modulator. How we can generate the AM signal based on square law modulator method. Fine. For generation any AM modulator signal, we need a message signal MT plus a carrier signal CT. Okay. This is our input VI, and this input signal is passed to square law device. What is a square law device? That I'm discussing just after a few minutes. After this, we get V0, and that V0 is passed through band pass filter. The output of the band pass filter is our desired AM signal. Fine. This is the architecture in which we perform or we generate our AM signal with the help of MT and CT. Now the question is, what is a square law device? This is a device which have a property V0 is A1 VI plus A2 VI square plus and so on. This is the property of a square law device. Fine. Now how will it generate the amplitude modulation signal? As we know that our message signal MT, this is frequency domain representation MF, F, omega minus omega. Fine. Our amplitude modulation signal is what? This is 0. This is minus FC. This is plus FC. This is FC plus omega. This is FC minus omega. This is minus FC minus omega. This is minus FC plus some omega. You know it very well. Fine. After that, we apply a band pass filter, as you saw in the architecture. Band pass filter output is what? Here we apply a band pass filter like this. This is FC minus omega. This is FC plus omega. This is minus FC minus omega. This is minus FC. Okay, sorry. This is minus FC minus omega. This is minus FC plus omega. We apply band pass filter to remove the unwanted or undesired signal which is coming from the transmitting or in the channel. In the architecture, V0 is given by A1 VI plus A2 VI square. We neglect all other harmonic terms because we use band pass filter, which is automatically remove other harmonic terms. Fine. What is Vi? In the structure of this square law device, here Vi and our square law device, and this is V naught. Vi is what? Mt plus Ct. Fine. Ct is what? This is Mt. This is plus Ct AC cos 2 pi Fct. So this is our Vi. We use this expression into this to find V naught. A1 Mt plus AC cos 2 pi Fct. Let me adjust this one. Plus A2. Now we have to put Vi square. Mt plus AC cos 2 pi Fct square. If we solve this, A1 Mt plus AC cos 2 pi Fct plus A2, A plus B whole square, A square plus B square plus 2AB. Mt square plus AC square cos square 2 pi Fct plus 2 into Mt into AC cos 2 pi Fct. Fine. Here we use, after in the structure of this square law device, after V naught we use band pass filter to produce S of Amt. Okay, this is our V naught, and we apply a band pass filter to produce S of Amt. Fine. So what band pass filter will do? Okay, this is pure DC term. Band pass filter reject this. This is the square term, also reject. This is also reject. Why? Because the general expression of Am is AC 1 plus Kmt cos 2 pi Fct. Means we want only our carrier frequency and our message frequency. All the other terms will be rejected by the band pass filter. This is the main role of band pass filter in this architecture. So what will we get? V naught is equals to A1 AC cos 2 pi Fct plus 2 A2, this into Mt into AC cos 2 pi Fct. Remaining term will be automatically rejected by the band pass filter. Fine. Okay. This is the general expression of our amplitude modulation, but we learned this expression as our general expression. So if we further simplify this one, like 2A2 by A1, sorry, let me check A1 AC. Fine. If we common A1 AC in both two terms, A1 AC, one thing is missing. A to M. Okay, fine. Here 1 plus 2a2 by a1 into mt cos 2 pi fct. Okay, now it is clear to me. A1ac we take common, A1ac and cos 2 pi fct. Fine. So what is the remaining term is here? 1 plus 2a2 by a1, because a1 is not present here, and mt cos 2 pi fct. Fine. Let 2a2 by a1 is k and a1 ac is ac dash. Then our new term is ac dash 1 plus k dash, you can assume because k is already present here. 1 plus k mt cos 2 pi fct, and this is our desired AM signal. So with the help of a square law modulator, we use two devices here. First is band pass filter and another one is square law device. The property of a square law device, follow this and the band pass filter reject the unwanted signal. Fine. So if we merge these two devices together, then we will easily generate our AM signal. Fine, it is clear to you. Now our next topic is demodulation of AM signal. We generate AM at the transmitted end, at the receiving end we have to demodulate the AM signal also. Demodulation of AM. There are three methods to demodulate the AM. First one is square law demodulator. Okay. Second one is envelope detector. And the third one is synchronous detector. Each method have own advantages and disadvantages. Envelope detector is used for mu is less than or equal to 1. There are some drawbacks in square law demodulator, and synchronous detector is a complex in nature. So we prefer envelope detector to demodulate the AM signal. Fine. Then we talk about the square law demodulator. Here our AM signal which we have to demodulate. We use square law detector device. After that we use low pass filter, and then we get the final result. The working principle of this device is same as square law modulator, except here we use low pass filter and from there we use a band pass filter. All the process is reversed. Band pass filter allows some limited range of frequency. Here low pass filter, this is low pass filter. All the expression and the derivation follow same as we saw in the square law modulator device, right? And this is not very important because at our low pass filter output we want what? MT, but here it gives MT plus M1 square T plus M2 square cube T and so on, in which extra harmonics is added. So we cannot get exactly our message signal empty. We get empty with some harmonics. So this method is not preferable to us with this defect. The second one is envelope detector. Envelope detector is used when mu is less than or equals to 1. When mu is greater than 1, 99.99% case mu is less than 1 also. And in some case mu is equals to 1. Very rare chance that mu is greater than 1. And if is there mu is greater than 1, then we use synchronous detector. But in practical scenario, it is not possible. Okay. The circuit diagram of this envelope detector is here. Our output signal V0T. Fine. We use one diode and one another resistance, and this is as our message signal MT. This is RL, this is RC, this is C, this is P, this is M. Fine. You have to learn one simple expression in this method, which is 1 by FC is R into C is 1 by FM. Like, for proper choice of R and C, this expression is valid. Okay. You have to solve this circuit also, but it's not much important. From gate point of view, you have to focus in this expression only. When P is greater than N, then diode is forward bias and it is a short circuit. When P is less than N, diode is reverse bias, and this is one the open circuit. You have to solve. You can solve some expression based on this circuit, but this is not very much important. The main thing in this method is the proper choice of RL and C to generate much accurate MT, and the proper choice of R and C is this. The value of this lies between our carrier frequency and message frequency. Okay, so this is the complete idea about envelope detector. Now our third point is synchronous detector. Why synchronous detector is not used and why it is very complex. The architecture of this synchronous detector is multiplier, low pass filter, MT, and this is our locum oscillator. Okay. When our carrier signal CT is AC cos 2 pi FCT, then it works fine. But when our carrier signal CT cos 2 pi FC t plus 5, some phase shift is there, then it shows the quadrature null effect. What is quadrature null effect? We will discuss in digital communication part. Fine. So when CT is this, then we prefer envelope detector, or this was also. But when our CT is so some phase shift or phi is not synchronized with our message signal, then it shows the quadrature null effect, and this method is become more complex because to remove the quadrature null effect we have to use some extra circuit to remove this effect and generate our message signal. Fine. When we talk about the application of AM modulation, it is widely used in the broadcast network. We use AM transmitter. And the another application of AM transmitter is because its demodulation is very simple. We cannot talk about synchronous detector. We talk about envelope detector. Okay, this is not used, this is used. This makes the demodulation of this amplitude modulation very simple. Right? The another, we talk about the another application of AM transmitter is video signal. In vestigial sideband modulation, we send the message signal in the form of video. What is vestigial sideband? We will discuss after study of DSB-ST and SSB-ST. Fine. So there are some applications there. Sorry, application are there. I forget to tell you some formula. What is that? If this is a message signal, this is AM, this is minus AM. In some question, the examiner asks the maximum frequency, the minimum frequency, or maximum amplitude or minimum amplitude. This kind of step is given by the question, and it asks about the modulation index. Fine. When maximum amplitude and minimum amplitude is given, then our modulation index is mu is A max minus A minimum upon A max plus A minimum. F max is equals to FC 1 plus mu, and F minimum is FC 1 minus mu, where mu is AM upon AC. And the power of sideband is PC mu square by 2. This is the another set of formula you have to remember. I told you about the PT is equals to PC 1 plus mu square by 2. This is the transmitter power. Then in some question the examiner asks about the sideband power. Right? This is our sideband. In some question it asks about the sideband power only, not the total power. Then we use this formula. Sideband power is PC mu square by 2, where mu is AM by AC, and maximum frequency, minimum frequency, mu, all this stuff is given. Fine. So now here amplitude modulation is completed. In our next video we'll talk about the double sideband suppressed carrier. Fine. So thank you. Thanks for watching this video.